Side, the swing onto the site, and means that if you're holding in towards that vault side, suddenly there's an option. You have to make sure they don't get that swing round from computer, and that's why Grizzly has stepped up into this spot. The Monty doesn't care too much. He's going to take some of the ticks of damage as the peppering comes over the side. The pings are in, and so is the Monty. That's the danger. There's Sloth, though. Takes Solotov, and suddenly that Monty is a little bit more isolated than Nello probably wanted to be. You can see some smoke, some pressure, and some assistance. Candela's, I think, being rolled around on the side as well. The Clash just has to hold a button, and they're trying to step in, but they see probably less than we do. The Kit, well, it's tucked around on the corner. They're not quite able to get anything cemented as of yet. They're hoping to get it off, and there it is. Didn't quite show up on the right-hand side, but the plant was put through, and now it's seeing if they can hold on to it. Nello's in the corner. They're aware of this. The pings come through. They'll call it off. The hit on the screen, and Usus hitting out Benja. Dropped on the side. The drop and the swing and the pistol. The peppering fire. There's the Monty gone. A 2 versus 2. A very important take on that player in the corner. Grizzly. Oh, he did not last very long on that defuse. Gonna see if he can just try. Now Gorgona pop round onto the side. There's one on the door itself. 17 seconds. Have to lead in. Not very far. Neo locks it up.
I'm really trying to lay that time, force those drones, the utility, take it away, and then fall back to site. But Gorgona needs to be really careful once again with nades. But Usus, he doesn't have an idea that there, and Gorgona's peaked up. He's managed to peak 2 and get 2 entry kills. Not great refragability there from the side of MnM.
I mean, I was about to say it was almost an opener with a grenade once again, but Gorgona, he's kind of found a bit of fight back in, finds a third. Top of Dragon down to the bottom, takes them out of the game. Tyrant, great. But then it comes down to just 2 doors.
The problem with Theme Park as well is that even when you bring all the soft breach, that might happen, but also you can get the soft breach over a limited amount of armory thrown, and as we will see, the Uno will get the final kill on Nello. You can't bring enough attacking operators on Theme Park for what you want to achieve. And once again, look at the lack of refragability coming out of MnM. It's taken them 2.5 minutes. They might not know that they've got control of top floor. They're very kind of cautiously pushing across now, and they need to go. There's only 25 seconds to go. They are so slow on time here as Heroic get themselves back onto site.
I think that's it now. It's 15 seconds, and they're the man disadvantage, but they're going to see if they can try and force their way through. A bit of a pop of the Goyo ability, and through the soft, the spray start to get a bit of a connection, but not many bullets in that gun. The C4 doesn't get the catch because Grizzly is able to find his second. There's Sloth over the top, pre-firing a Tyrant, finally finds one for himself, but with the door locked and set on fire, nowhere to go. Even though it's the 4 versus 4, you do need to at least draw some of the attention away. As we said, the funneling nature of this game, regardless whether you have a Monty, does not make it easy. It is a little bit of a tunnel. Usus, he's got himself a bit stacked in and got himself into Uno, takes the kill and the cake, and Sloth has to pull himself back behind the chassis. The burn on the ADS. Grizzly holding onto the angle, an opening to get this surprise right into the Monty. Do they know? They know. It's a spray. It's aggressive. It's popped and round. There is a triple there for Usus. Solotov gets one more. Suddenly just a very injured Sloth. Not for very long. But you're also still looking at 30 seconds. It only takes a bullet to stop a plant going down, and it only takes one risky player. So MnM still need to try and keep up this mantle of pressure. Seems like they have an idea of the player in the showers. Seems like, well, they have the player as well. Grizzly is gone. They have that control round on the side of the site. The Candelas want to roll behind the smokes. They're going to wait for that fire to pass, and Sloth almost suffers on the wrong side of it. Tyrant leans into the fight, finds his third. Back on the back, it's Benja, but with the double, he still has 3 more to get. The ace for the clutch is not his.
Well, that would have been great utility clear from the side of MnM, but for the missed nade.
Well, now more of them start to rain through. Benja and Gorgona both take a sliver, but as I said before, this is such an awkward push. You got to try and take a fight, and Sloth loses it. Tyrant took it wide, took the player, and whether Sloth was caught a bit unaware, at least Uno can find one before Tyrant doubles down, gets himself a second in that 7-second period. Gorgona suffers on the scrape of the site, but you're looking at 15 seconds. Smoke canisters posted onto the plant and the rotate. Look at the kit. It needs to be recollected, especially when you're starting to lose more and more bodies. Going to take the rotate, and the fight itself swings and pre-fires, gets the down, won't know until they get that clarity. There it is, but it's a 2 versus 1, 6 seconds. Heroic just find the 3 for 3 as they need to, and obviously, as you said, they've got the kill. Now they've got to see if they can try and get a bit further with it. Wants to take out the Banshee, and Usus takes out Benja. Suddenly bit back on the far side there. The pressure of the player that swung his way back up to the top. He's going for a bit of a retake here, and well, the more dangerous this becomes is just any time he's up there. They've now got to leave a player up top, keeping some control over it, and that's Grizzly watching down for the swing. It comes now, and Grizzly's able to get that pickup. They assumed everyone had left for the fight onto site because there's only 15 seconds, but you still got to have a fight onto site. Lay down behind behind the back. Nello doesn't mind. He's got the cover from the opposite side. There's Grizzly caught in the crossfire as well. It's all blood either side. And a 1 versus 1 with 5 seconds left. Once again, it's a tricky situation, but you're looking at where's Neo? Oh, he's so far away.
This is a horrible spawn peak, by the way. Sloth needs to be super careful of this. His users will go out, will get the first kill, and User's an intelligent player. Sloth's being caught unaware there. No drones in cache, which is almost criminal when you're going from the cache side. Users finds a second one onto Uno, and this round is done. 30 seconds in, already a 5v3 for the defenders. There is really no way Heroic pull this back unless MnM decide to give it back to them.
I mean, I was going to say there, you get 1, you get 2, fool me once, at least they've got Solotov back, but what else do you have to... Terrifying corridor. See if there's anybody on the opposite side. Nobody has revealed their presence as of yet. 30 seconds, they have no need, no reason to. There's a man with a shotgun tucked around the corner of the door. You at least get that one. Now 30 seconds, you at least get that too. Gorgona, he's driving himself towards the site, but... MnM just pop around. There is still this presence, and obviously the kit and the site both being down below means they still got a lot of structural work to do.
Yeah, a lot of structural work to do, and realistically no time to do it. Although Gorgona has hit an unreal shot onto Users. That's the Starman off the board. It's a 4v3. You've got verticality starting to be established. There is a potential flank on the board here from one of the MnM players. I have just seen a silhouette, I think. He will go for it. No, it will be the kill on Tonello, but there is a flank from Tyrant, but he needs to do this fast, and he needs to do it quickly. And he doesn't do it whatsoever. He's leaving Neo in the 1v4 as someone is coming down yellow stairs. It will be Sloth, will get that kill. Heroic will take that round, and ultimately, they just ran out of lives from the side of MnM.
It was a lull, a moment and 40 seconds for them to try and drive a man disadvantage down to a chance to close. Heroic, they have the power and the presence of the site itself still working in their favor, but well, there's a bite back. There's Heroic driving in even more. They've got their angles locked in. They have that opener, and it's down to Tyrant and Nello with the final 20 seconds to see if they can work behind, as I said, what has already been pretty much opened and controlled by Heroic. The drop on the door, there's 1, there's not 2. They almost had the spray through, can't get the connection. Heroic find themselves level for the first time in a while.
Some work onto the breach on the east side. Need to be careful to not be impact tricked. And then late round, they need to be careful if they do end up creeping to go towards yellow or split, that they have an appreciation of Tyrant's position, as Benja will take out Neo from the vertical angle.
There it is, the vertical control there. He tried to play against the breach, but it is popped open. As we said, the Thatcher means that job is not trivial, but it's a lot closer and faster than the usual juggling that will happen. Still a bit electrified, still not the smoothest route through, but it's a route. That means you can't truly play behind the throw, and you suddenly lose a big angle that otherwise keeps you a little bit more safe. 30 seconds, though. MnM, the pressure is still on them. They at least find 1 back, but it's Sloth to instantly get that little bit of revenge. As I said, it's a dangerous angle to find yourself situated in, and Nello's going to make sure that he at least keeps it in the hand. This is Tyrant's moment. He finds 1. He's looking for the next, but it's Gorgona that pops up a bit closer than he expected. 15 seconds. The flash is round onto the backside. Uno's got the kit in pocket, but barely any health, so if he hops this electric, he's probably going to go down. He's got to find an alternate route, and with Usus still on the board, spraying through, trying to find that connection. There's 1. There's 2. There's MnM guaranteeing a point and eyeing up 3. A lockdown, and there is a risky angle here for the Wamai. They might not know just how close they are to the soft on the other side, but that drone is going to give them a bit of a heads up there. They're dancing, dip diving, but not for very long. A 3 versus 3. 20 seconds, and it's the chance for Heroic to see if they can drive this into OT. Gorgona holding onto the angle on the split. They've been able to get themselves a bit of control here. Pre-firing angle, still not entirely sure which one. 15 seconds is all that's on the clock. That's got to be a bit of a blow. Uno gets 1, Grizzly gets 1 more. Neo, all that's left to see if he can get the 3 points. A handful of seconds. Uno seeing if he can stick the plant. It's a 2 versus 1. Just sees and catches the swing and the edge of a player. The C4 might not and won't catch them. They're drifted too far away. A post plant tucked in, pre-fired the angle over the top. Doesn't quite get the full connection. Doesn't quite get the second either. They're back and forth over either side. And they did some damage. They didn't quite get the full lock in with the pistol. The entire call on where that player is, but at the same time, just leaves 1 more tucked behind the chassis, ready for the rotation. They trade out, and Heroic, they push themselves to OT.
Wow. This time from the side of Heroic. Previously, they went over towards the east side. They randomly just won. They went east side across from that cache and top dragon area. Now they're working with 2 on the rappel, Ben just lurking in below, and 2 on the cafe side, which means those 2v1 engagements that they can more or less isolate, they need to be winning them. The first one's going to happen with a nade up from Benja as he's been held by Grizzly, and Sloth gets one on Tyrant on the jump out. Advantage from Heroic, and that's that great team play coming in together to make 3v1 engagements.
Oh, Solotov just caught out by the player upside down, and then the player around on the swing. Heroic, they had 3 different angles and 4 different bodies, 3 of them clutched out by Benja. He couldn't quite sneak up one stair set, so he took the second one loud and took the bodies. Neo, it's a tougher clutch than it was before, and he doesn't get a scratch in.
And once again, MnM have succumbed to this trap of time. Uno's going to be out on the flank as well, and they're only just starting to do the vertical now with only 45 seconds remaining. This is going to be a really tough one for MnM to win.
I think that's it. That's that sort of blow. They got cautious. Tyrant, at least, got Uno, got aggressive, and got that take. They're angling themselves down towards that lockdown on the bottom of the yellow stairs, but this loose player, if they can find them, well, that could really change the face and the shape of this round. Suddenly, not just the 4 versus 3, but the 2, and you've still got, obviously, more destruction and demolition to get your way through. The frost mats under the windows in 20 seconds is always the worry. The grenade bounce perfectly played. There goes Sloth. They want to go for the hot hop, and Gorgona's ready to meet them over the side of the bathroom. There's Grizzly stacked up on the door, wants to take the swing, doesn't need to, but gets the second. It's suddenly a triple kill. Grizzly versus Users. Solotov died in the fire. Gonna see if they can stick it. No other option. A quick rotate background. Users should just get the plant off in time, but does he have enough? No! Heroic just get that last split second. GG's on the board. Neo couldn't quite get the lock in, but neither could MnM. It was so close.